Hey, Riri. Hi, Terry. Arlene. Good morning. Of course, now Malibu goes, what? You've already told me good morning. uh, how y'all doing? I got some new Portos books, and I got a little stack of old journals over here to decide which ones I want to cut up. Hi, Laverne. She's getting tired of being petted. Riri sent me something. We're going to go through this color book too. She just liked the cute guys. She goes, Dee Dee needs to see this cute guy. I think it's all the same guy. He's cute though. uh, Hi, Falcon. I missed saying good morning to you on, I think it was Monday, Falcon. I missed you. I didn't see you come in, but when I went and scrubbed back through my channel, I saw that that you were here. Hi, Pamela, Debbie, Marie Star. Good morning. Scrap Girl. Is that Dana? Scrap Girl Dana? Because is that Scrappy Girl is Dana. Are you Dana? Let's see who else. Good morning, everybody. Um, Terry, I got your I took a picture of your prompt page to show. Let's see who else. Nope, Sherry. Sherry. Okay, Sherry. Good morning, Sherry. I know I won't remember if you're here for a whole bunch of times, and I remember everybody's names, but Hi, Kat. And of course, Cheshire Cat is Dar, but I call her Cat. Let's see. So yeah, I got some new books. So, okay, you gonna move over now? You gonna move over now, Malibu? Thank you. Thank you. Good. Here, you can come down. There you go. Come on down on the chair. Come on down on the chair. There you go. Come on. I know you don't like it as much as up here, but there you go. Let me move back just a little. There. Oh, well, I moved around too much. She goes, okay, that's enough. uh, she'll probably be back. Let's see here. Missy. Hi, Missy. Oh, I gotta get centered in my chair again because I squish over for her. All right, there we go. I think that's good. And I took down my Memorial Day stuff over here. So now I just got a little tray of tools and my lights, my little fairy lights. I like them, but they can be a little distracting. So I try not to have them be too much there. Let's see. Hi Janet, how you doing? Janet and I were talking on the phone yesterday. This happens to us quite often. I don't know what it is. But Janet and I were talking on the phone yesterday, and the phone went dead on both our ends, and we both tried to call each other back, couldn't connect. It wouldn't let us call each other. So we could text. We could text and say, I can't call you. She goes, I know, I can't call you either. Oh no. But anyway, so yeah, it was funny. But yeah. All right, so let's see here. Scrolling. Hi, CK. Belinda. Poor Mel, trust me, she's spoiled rotten. Good morning, Tina. Thanks for saying good morning to everybody because that helps me in case I miss anybody. See, Laverne. Did I miss Laverne? So yeah. Looking. Thanks everybody for being here. Tina's putting the rest of everybody in. Good morning, everybody. Did I say hi to you, Cindy Daly? I'm not sure. Don P. See, it goes pretty fast. So thank you, Tina, for doing that because it does help me see everybody. So yeah, I pulled a little stack and I thought about pulling my old magazine journals and doing the same, but I thought, well, this is probably enough. And my thing is I get so many journals and so many projects, I'd run out of room. And I already have the guest room is all my color books and a big shelf of my art books are in the mural room. The guest room is the mural room where all my murals are. And so I had run out of room in both rooms and the closet in there. So I can't do, and this closet in here is all my portfolios. So I have things in front of the closet. I don't need to get in there very often. But it's, so I have to decide. I gave Denise a huge tub. I think I gave her 2 tubs of journals and sketchbooks and stuff to do whatever she wanted with. And I have 2 in the garage. I can't keep doing more journals without doing something with them. So, oh, Tina, oh, Tina hated her magnetic eyelashes. I'm sorry, they look too complicated, too fussy, too fussy. Hey, girl. Hi, Belinda. Oh my gosh, Tina, I hate those magnetic lashes. Okay, Arlene. Okay. Lurk away, girl. Lurk away. Good to have you. Good to see you. Janet goes, I'm not even surprised, Tina. Why do you look Oh my gosh. Hi, Judy. Oh, you know my phone. Okay. Gave up the go. Oh no. Oh no. Well, it depends on how much you use it, Judy. I would have to get a new computer. I just have an HP all-in-one. When I got it a couple years ago, 2, 3 years ago, I'm not sure. It was pretty inexpensive. I think they've gone up some now, but it comes with the monitor, a keyboard, and a mouse. Everything is built in the monitor. Of course, it's not, I don't know how it would be for gaming or, high, information, and all that. But I use it for checking things and streaming. That's what, everything else I do on my iPad and my iPad and my phone. So, it just depends on how much you use it. If you're not working on it, like Denise, I think has 4. She has like monitors going across the thing, and she does her real estate and her brokerage and spreadsheets, and so yeah, I that's not. So anyway, but yeah, so it just depends on if you need another one, Judy. At least maybe think about an iPad. What about an iPad, Judy O? So y'all funny. Hi, Shaz. Oh, let's see. So Pamela is scrolling, trying to catch up with everybody. Hope everybody's having a good week. Happy, wonderful Wednesday, as our Julie Topaz used to say. It is Wednesday, right? I got thrown off with the holiday. I get thrown off with holidays, especially when Hubster's home. That I think, well, that was Sunday. So yesterday should have been Monday. Today should be Tuesday, and I don't stream on Tuesday. You see what I'm saying? It throws everything in a little bit of a, I don't know. What day is it today? My PC now, I got last year for yeah. They're not very expensive. If you're not doing anything to, like gamers, of course, most of my gaming, when I was gaming, it was, you know, well, I won't tell you how it was, but when gaming first came out on computers, and then I had a PlayStation 1 and a 2, that's how far back my gaming went. Uru and Mist and, stuff like that. So anyway, yeah. Let's see. Scrolling. Hi, CB. You love your all-in-one? I love my all-in-one. It's nothing. It's a touch. It's a touch screen, which I have to try to remember not to touch. Don't touch. Don't touch that screen. You don't know where you'll end up. Hi, Ellen. And Ellen, I got your email. I'm going to show your journal pages today. I took pictures of them to show. Let's see. Who else is here? Scrolling. Lots of people here. Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good week so far. Got hit by lightning twice. Oh my gosh. You mean like it blew it and you had to get a new one? I don't know. I think, is that what you mean? I don't really, I'll play like, not farm. What is it? One of those little games on your phone, Denise got me onto it some years ago, and, but I don't do that much. I just don't play that many games, and I don't do any kind of computer games anymore. I don't have time, I'm too busy making journals that I have no room for. Oh, post to the diamond painting you finished. Okay, Missy, I'll go. Let's see. And Missy, again, I'm not, if your name is different on Instagram, then Missy, tell me again because I'm not going to remember your Instagram names. And let's see. I'm going to try Missy. I'm going to try Missy. Let's see. And I see Deb E posted something. Missy. All right, you'll have to tell me which Missy. I got a ton of Missies. Which Missy are you, Missy? Tell me which Missy you are. I got 10, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Missies came up. I don't know which one is you. So give me a hint. Hi, Annette. Let's see. The touch screen was a pain when hubby was alive. He just had to point it to touch. Yeah, I try not to touch it. I don't. I try not to touch it. I mean, I'm used to iPads. My iPhone, it's everything's touch there, but yeah, it's just different to me anyway for the computer. So, Missy, tell me what your name is on IG so I can find you. In the meantime, I just saw Deb E has a few things. So Debbie's been doing the mermaids. She's been doing here. She just posted this new one here. If y'all want to see them clearer or better, go over there because my phone flashes. It kind of flashes out. Let me do the turn down thing that Cameron told me about. Let's see if I can find it. Where is it? Well, now I can't find that either. Okay. Well, y'all just have to look at it like this. Go over there and go over there. Okay, Missy Creations. Okay. So there's Debbie's, and she's been doing some cool stuff. She's been doing the mermaid. So go follow Deb E. Missy Creations. Let's see. Let's see, that was Missy. Okay, and she said she posted her newest diamond painting. She did the Nightmare Before Christmas diamond painting. If y'all don't know diamond painting, this is some detail. This is some tiny stuff, y'all. Each one of those has to be laid down one by one. It's like almost like beading. I've done a couple, but it's too time consuming. I don't have time to do them, but they're very cool. Arlene does some cool ones too. So there's Missy's newest one. And I don't know if Arlene has a new one up yet. Let's see. Come on. There we go. Oh, she does. Oh, you like that one. She has this one. Arlene did this tree. See how the little dots, even if not don't know what diamond painting is, it's dot by dot. Thanks, Kat, putting in links for me. Hi, Flo. Hi, Kimberly. Annette. All right. Anybody else I missed coming in? And then let me go over. I took the photos off of my email because Ellen emailed me. Ellen emailed me her pictures in her journal. So let me show you Ellen's journal here. I got 3 pictures of inside of her journal. That one. This one. Very nice, Ellen. And this one. So thanks, Ellen, for sharing. Sip my lemon water here. Let's see. Artful. Wait a minute. Like it's scrolled off. There's a new Artful there. It's not Tori. It's Artful. Somebody scrolled off. Let's see. Chat's moving quick. So, and there's Ellen. So she sent it to me in the email. And then Terry Brett did the prompts, and you can find Terry Brett 3 on IG. And the prompts from Monday were Beau, archaeologist, any letter, Botticelli, and castle. Those were the prompts on Monday. And here's what Terry did. She's got a little Botticelli there, and this is an archaeologist, and he's got a little keep out private dig. Of course, there's the castle, and he's saying, "Fake is fake after all our work. It's just worthless trash." And of course, she's got a bow in her hair, and so anyway, but look how expressive her illustrations are. Her characters, ugh, how expressive her characters are. That's so good, Terry. So yeah, follow Terry Brett 3 on IG. Let's see. So artful. Let me see if I can find artful. It's scrolling really quick. So it's not artful Tori. It's artful Esther. Esther. Okay. Hi Esther. Artful Esther. Let's see. Say hi to Pamela. Trying to catch everybody here. Say hi to Laverne. Okay. So I think that's all the pictures I have right now. And I will tell you that. So I showed Hopester. I said, "Look at what I got." You know, I've been trying to get over, and I know it's going to fluctuate. It's going to probably go back down again, but I've been trying to get over 30K. You know, for a while, and I had 29,999. So Hopster went and set him up a separate account so he could get me over the 30. He got me over the 30 this morning. So all total, I've got over 5 million views. So yeah, and comments and likes and all that. But anyway, yeah. So Hupster got me over the hump this morning. I know, wasn't that sweet of him? So once I stay over 30,000 for a week or so, I'll do a nice giveaway. So so yeah, I was really happy about that. Being here 16 years, you know, that's a long time, and 30,000 is really not a lot for 16 years, let's be honest. But because when you only do lives and you don't do videos, I do very few shorts, you know, the things that really get subscribers to follow you, I don't do those things. So all I do is stream. So I thought that was pretty good. So yeah, happy with that. Okay, so some things I got some new books here. I'm going to start with this. Let's go ahead and zoom in. I got my mouse over here on a stack of journals. My mouse is sitting on a stack of journals because there's no space. So anyway, thank you, Scrappy Girl. Thank you. Or Scrap Girl, sorry, Scrap Girl. So let's see. Let's go ahead and zoom in one here. There we go. I think that's pretty good. Don't want to brighten it too much, maybe just a tad there. There we go. So Riri sent me this. Anytime I get a book in the mail, it's always like World of Books, Thrift Books, those kind of things. I always check with Riri because she's usually the one that has sent them to me. Oh, wait, let's see one thing. I got a couple. Oh, I got some other. Oh, I said, oh, I think I've done everything. Oh, yeah, well, you know, I guess I haven't. So first off, let me start by saying today is Joanne's birthday. I haven't seen Joanne. Joanne's in Canada. I haven't seen her here yet this morning, but today is her birthday. So if Joanne Newman comes in, today's her birthday. Let's see. I showed that. Doing this. Let's see. Oh, what's this one? Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, I got to show Logan's video. Now, I can't show. I started showing it. I just got it in the message on Monday while we were streaming. So I didn't really have a chance to really look at it, go through it, but it's got music. So I'm going to have to kind of, what do you call it? Let me see here. I'm trying to find it. You know, kind of mute it, but I will show you. So he and his friend, they did this. They made a commercial, an ad for the snake wranglers, and the logo for the company is at the end, and they got paid for doing this. So let me see. One of the most dangerous things we have, especially in valleys. I'm gonna have to mute it here in a second.
mountains, we have rattlesnakes. My name is Shane Armstrong. I'm a snake wrangler and avoidance trainer. Been doing this for 6 years. This course saves dogs' lives.
Okay, so I'm going to mute the. I'll show you the whole thing, but I have to turn down the music because YouTube doesn't like that. But I'll show you the commercials. This is the commercial, the ad that they made for this snake, and their logo's at the very end. Let's see. And I think it teaches dogs. It teaches dogs about being a. Well, I can't. I wish I could show you the whole thing because the music though. I mean, I'm gonna show you the whole video at the very end. It shows their company logo. So Logan and his friend made this ad. Let's see if I can turn it up again for a minute.
Every dog to leave here trained well and prepared for real rattlesnake encounters.
Can't wait to see you here.
It trains dogs. The Snake School for Dogs. Rattlesnake. Oh, what does it say? Rattlesnake obedience. So anyway, they got paid for making it, and it's really good if you can watch the whole thing because the music though I have to on YouTube. I have to turn that down. So I know, right? So training dogs around snakes. So anyway, I thought that was really good. So I had to show that. So good job, Logan, and your friend. Let's see, what's his friend's name? Let's go back here. Hang on. Let's see. Let me go back over to Annie. She told me Logan and Gabriel. Yeah. And it's on their website. If you all want to go, I haven't gone to their website, but she said his website is Crier/Carney, Karney. Logan is Logan Crier, but it's Crier/Carney Productions. So I haven't even gone over there yet. She just sent that to me. But it's rattlesnake avoidance training for dogs in Santa Clarita. Okay, the snake school. There's a little logo. So yeah, Crier/Carney with a K Productions. So there we go. That's my grandson. Okay, so now let me go ahead and go back to, let's move the thing right down just a tad because this is just my little tray of the stuff right there. It doesn't need to be in the stream. All right. Hi, Asa. How you doing? Have you posted something new? I know you weren't feeling well, so you may not have. Asa does some amazing, let me take a picture of that too so I can remember it. Let me go back over to Instagram and look up Asa. I don't know if she's got something new. I don't know if this was from last week, but I'll show it again because Asa does some amazing coloring. So go follow Asa there. It's ASAE Lenora. Beautiful, beautiful coloring. So good to see you. I hope you're feeling better. Hi, Devin. How you doing? Devin does not stream today. This is her other in-between week. She streams every other week. Hi, Ann Makes. Let me put some more water in my lemon water and ice there. So, thank you, Kat. Kat put Asa's Instagram there. Okay, so reread, and I bought all these books to support Poor Toast. Y'all know I love me some Poor Toast books, so I bought these, so I'll show you those. But Riri sent me this. Let's see, I think I could zoom in one more maybe. There we go. Is that better? Yeah. Okay, and I know it's going to flash out because as soon as I open up to a white page. So this is Medieval Majesty, The Prince's Majestic Journal by Esther Kirby. It's beautiful. There's a story here about it, coloring the noble spirit of a gallant era. And so, yeah, I'm going to just kind of I'll flip through some of it. So these pages are intentionally left blank so that if you do, because it's thin, it's not Tina approved paper. Y'all know Tina does not like this. Hi, Christina does not like this. Hi, Rainbow, thin paper. But what's nice about this is then you can do alcohol markers. Just don't forget to put something behind it because it will go through to this page. I guarantee it. So you got to put some cardstock between it. But anyway, he's very handsome. Look at this. Thank you so much, Riri. I think Riri just wanted to see the guy. So, but look at all this detail. I'm going to love colors. I might color one over the weekend or maybe next week with alcohol markers. And of course, y'all know when I say alcohol markers, I also mean plus pencil. I always do plus pencil. You know, there's always plus pencil. So yeah, he has to have steel blue. Oh, of course, he has to have steel blue eyes, Tina. Girl. So yeah, there we go. That's a good one, Tina. So yeah. And I know I'll never color all these pictures of him. It's a pretty thick look. It's a pretty thick book. Let me just go this way. It's a pretty thick book. You really got to like him to color all these, right? But he's very handsome. Yeah, she did pick a good looking guy, didn't she, CV? I might give some of these away. You know, put a page in a white envelope. You know, maybe I'll do that next week. If I color in him on maybe Monday's stream, then I'll do some cutouts. You know, slice out some pages for a giveaway. Look at that one. Ooh, he's so cute. I love coloring hair, and grayscale hair is so cool to color. If you've never colored grayscale hair, it's really nice. what did Kat say? It's raining men. View said, "Oh my gosh." Let's see. Well, you know what? And Kat said you stumped me. I can't find it on Amazon. She got this at World of Books. Is that what it is, Riri? She didn't get it. Didn't come to me from Amazon. It came to me from World of Books. I think. I didn't keep the packaging, but I think that's what it was. Am I correct, Riri? Riri can probably tell you where it's different, man. Is it on Beyond? I don't know. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Maybe a couple of them. But they're very similar. Very similar. Yeah, because look, there's this guy and then there's this one. But they're very similar, right? So very handsome. So anyway, Medieval Majesty and World of Books. Okay, World of Books. He could have cut his hair on Beyond. Anyway, there we go. Whether it's the same guy, different guys, but we'll probably color on Monday out of this book and cut a few pages out to give away. How about that? Because I will never color all of them. Oh, thank you so much, Riri. That is so fun. All right, let me put it over here for Monday. And then I got some Poor Toast books. I haven't bought any for a while. And Poor Toast test. You can follow Poor Toast and Kate Curry on. Well, Kate Curry is not on IG. It's but they work together on making these books on Amazon. And but you can follow Poor Toast on IG. And he's actually made, I don't know, 4 or 5 different books that I've requested. And the fountains. He's made quite a few books at my request, and he's happy to do so. If you just make sure there's hundreds of books, make sure that they haven't already produced the book you think you're looking for, because there's a lot of them out there, and there's 2 or 3 medieval ones, dragons. Y'all seen how many Poor Toast books I have. So if you want something different that he has not produced yet, then he probably could do it for you, but just make sure you go through all their books and make sure it's not already done. I don't know what the story is behind his name, Ambient, but he's very kind, very sweet person. So let's see, Natalie. mm, Yes, a lot of Prince Charming. Oh my goodness. All right, so let me go through these. Like I said, I like to support him, and we're going to be using these today. I don't know which ones because what I plan on doing, I've got I got four journals over here to the side that, and I could have picked more. I just grabbed these because I have not used them in so long. And because I've not used these journals in so long is the reason I picked them to cut up, cut down, deconstruct, repurpose, and turn them into smaller collages or the starts of collages. We'll see what we can do with them. So I do have a little bin of, oh, my leg got hung up under the, hang on, let me move my chair back a little. I do have a box of postcards. Now, y'all know I've got a gazillion art cards, and ATCs, and I don't really make ATCs anymore unless it's for a swap or something. ATCs are 2.5 by 3.5, and I like to make my art cards like 3 by 4, just a little bit bigger, a little bit more real estate. But I also have tons of postcards that I've made. I have a whole 3-ring binder of postcards. Plus, I have these starters here that I've worked on, and then I got some just cut down here to work on. So I have all these postcards. These are 4 by 6. Let me get a sip of my lemon water. So I have these in a little bin here that sit over here. But I'm going to cut down some more art journals today just because, not that I need more postcards or art cards or anything. I don't need any more of those because I have bins and bins of them. But I have journals and journals. And those journals are taking up more room than I have in my room. So we're going to cut some down and then maybe use some of these to add, to make a story out of them or something. Yeah, 4 by 6 is a nice size to work on, Devin. I do enjoy 4 by 6, and maybe I'll pull. Let me get my little binder here of postcards. I might do a flip through of these in a minute when I. This is my postcard. This is my postcard binder here, so I'll go through that here in a little bit. All right. So let's move this out of the way. Gotta keep shuffling around. I really have little room in here. But I'm not complaining. I've been in this studio for I think it's about 26 years. So 25, 26 years. Hubster would know exactly. But anyway, so yeah, it's my little haven. Let's see. Okay, am I missing anybody else? Oh, Riri put the name and the author of the book in there. She can't link because she's not a mod. Although, don't tempt us, Riri. Don't tempt us. But yes, a quarter of a century in this room, Tina. All right, so let me go ahead and go through the books that I have here that I bought for, to support Poor Toast. This one is, and again, this, like, some are matte, some are semi shiny kind of. I kind of like the kind of satiny ones, but it doesn't really matter because what I do when I do my collages for the most part is I matte medium everything down. So everything gets matte, whether it's shiny or matte, when I put matte medium over everything, because, and the reason I like to put matte medium over everything, let me turn this just a tad. The reason I like to put matte medium down over everything is because then it will take acrylic paint over the matte medium, and you can do more techniques over the top of the matte medium with acrylic paint. So, plus it just glues everything down nice and flat. If you take a card and smash everything down, which y'all know how I do it, And not every little thing I do, I use matte medium. Sometimes I'll just use a glue stick and play in a journal. Some of these journals that I'm going to pull might just have glue stick down. I don't know. I didn't really go through them too much. I just pulled them off the shelf because I've not used them for a while. So, but after I matte medium and I finish it, like all my discs, they're all done with matte medium, glued down with matte mediums. Put a glued matte medium over the top, and once it's dry, then I put a coat of extra glossy varnish over the top. So then it turns into glossy. So it doesn't really matter if it's matte, gloss, because it all goes matte, then it all goes glossy. So if it's something that I really want to, really want to keep, I play in a lot of sketchbooks and a lot of journals that are just kind of thrown in there too. So there is that. So if you have any questions, guys, put it in caps. Also, make sure you are on live chat. If you're on just top chat, you will not see all the chat. And that goes for replays as well. Okay, so let's look at the Dungeon Explorers Ephemera. All right, so again, and I bought them for different, purposes, different reasons. I have different projects in mind. And I really, mostly, I got to say, I like the back pages in these almost more than I do the character pages. See, look at that. This is going to be an awesome disc. This will be an awesome disc background, So yeah, but I'll flip through. So again, it's Poor Toast Kate Curry. You can look up either one on Amazon. So yeah, look at that maze. I just really like the backs of them. I mean, I like these too. Don't get me wrong, and I have purposes for different ones, but I really am attracted to these the back sides of them. So, and this is just a random jellyfish there. I know that's just like so random. Poor Toast, that's cute. It's like a random little jellyfish in there. Anyway, so yeah. See, I love this kind of thing. It looks like time portals and stuff. I love those kind of storylines. There's this, something could be coming out here. There could be a serpent coming, or a dragon coming out of there, So you just make up whole kinds of stories, right? Yeah, that was kind of random, right, Tina? Just a random jellyfish. Of course, I'll put jellyfish in space. So, that's kind of random too. So, yeah. So, but this will be a good disc background. And then, I cut it out. I'll put space and planets, and this could be on a different planet. I'll put the Earth up here. So the Earth up here, and this will look like a different planet, just all kinds of stories, But you could do a lot of Tolkien-esque type things out of something like this, Lord of the Rings type stories out of it. Like right here, that reminds me when Gandalf fell off the, surfing curl. I don't know what that is, Judy. Gargoyle sitting there. And just, you just look at the pictures and just sit there and think about them for a while, and you can make up different kind of stories. And even if you didn't use all the pictures, just sit there with a sketchbook and a pen and, or a notebook or however you keep your notes, and just sit here and look at something, and whatever story comes to your mind, start writing it down. Just write the story down. If nothing else, you're using your imagination, and start writing a story down from what you glean from looking at the pictures. So there's Kate Curry and Poor Toast. So there we go. Poor Toast is a good guy on Instagram. Okay. So that one is Dungeon Explorers Ephemera. Okay. Hi, so much glitter, Carrie. Let's see. All right, so there's that. And again, I plan on, using some of these, we'll see. It depends on what I cut out of my books, right? Let's see if he say. I'm afraid to look. I gotta keep looking for my mouse. It's up here stacked up on top of my journals here. What did CB say? I'm afraid to look. I must have missed it. CB, let's see, Riri, you're such a hard sell. Okay, so then this one is Graffiti Volume 2. I don't have Volume 1, but I liked I almost bought them both. I said, no, I'll just get I like the look of this one. But there's 2 volumes of graffiti junk journal pages. And so, yeah, so this is graffiti. All right, so I'm going to go through this. And again, let me go back to the bag. So here you can see there's tons of books. If you go to Amazon, you'll see just hundreds of their books. So this one is the graffiti one. Very bright and colorful compared to the one we were just, the one we just looked at, which was kind of dark and yeah. So I'm going to scroll through or flip through this. Thank you, Kat, for putting in links. Is where you ride a wave and come to the top of you. Isn't that a tube? Isn't that a tube in Wave World? And as you are in the center, you ride out of the tunnel before it collapses on you. Okay, thank you, Judy. So very cool. And again, when you're using these books, use just different pieces and parts. Cut things out, tear things out. You don't have to use it like it is. You like this little dog, cut him out, put him on something else, put the little dog standing over here with the little couple. You know what I mean? You just play with it. But you have to be willing to cut it up, tear it up, pick a side because it's double-sided. I know you can, and there's been a couple things where I have taken, made a copy of one back or front, but most of the time I just like using the book as it is. I don't have to worry about the ink smearing when I put matte medium or alcohol mark, it won't smear. Whereas if you used your inkjet printer, it could, and yeah, Devin. Yeah. So, I mean, look, you could do this and cut this out, have some little, something crawling out, people come like this is a tunnel, have some little astronauts coming out, like walking through a tunnel. Yeah, there's just so many things you can do. But anyway, so this is this graffiti number 2. Yeah, it does, doesn't it, Carrie? Let me get a sip of water. That's creepy. I probably wouldn't use that. I don't buy a lot of the horror. I don't, get much horror stuff. It just doesn't appeal to me to do horror. But yeah. So there we go. That one is Graffiti, Volume 2, Junk Journal Pages. There's that one. Then I got Sardines Ephemera. I just thought this would look fun because, I do like some fish in some of my, and, I like doing undersea stuff too. I like doing undersea scenes, if you will. So this one is just called Sardines Ephemera. Okay. Love this. Look at those stripes behind there. So, and this one looks like an etching. Thank you, Kat. And my mods are under no obligation to put links in. If y'all request them to put something in, then they're nice and do it. But of course, Kat, she's like this on it. But she does not have to put in every link to every book. So don't come to expect it. It's nice that she does it, but don't expect every time I show something for Kat to just pop something in. Now, if you ask her nicely, she will probably do it for you, but she's not obligated to put in links. Just FYI. FYI. Uh, but it is nice of her when she does it. So, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Janet. I'm sorry, Janet. I just didn't expect too much. Ah. And Tina's just good about links too. Kat usually just beats Tina to it. Janet will sit back and, well, they'll get it. If they don't get it, I'll go make an effort. Oh, and I gotta say, Janet, Denise on her day off over the weekend, she don't get many days off, but she said she spent the whole day working on her scavenger hunt book. Denise loves the scavvy hunt, even though she never finishes it in time to do to be she does it all year long. She only does it when she has a little bit of time, but she spent a day working in her scavvy hunt. Let me see. I think she sent me a picture. She spent a day working in her scavvy hunt, Janet. Let me go over here to my photos. Let's see. Did I keep a photo of it, or let me just go to her? Um, let's see. Oh, this is amazing. I just popped this. This is look what she made. Y'all saw the Captain America and I was a dragon slayer. You saw that picture that Denise made. Let me show it to you again before I show you this. I just opened up my Denise messages, and that was in there. But hang on. First, let me show you this. She made this for me and Hubster like a couple weeks ago. Look, she turned with AI. She turned us into there's there's Hubster and me. And of course, Hubster goes, "Did they wear glasses back in the day?" I said, "Honey, I wear glasses." She kept glasses on me. So she made us dragon slayers. So she made this one a couple weeks ago. Well, I just opened up. Where's my phone? I just opened up. Let me take a picture of it here. I just opened this and she's made this for me. Coffee and art in the morning with Dee Dee. Look at this. And look, there's Malibu. She made a little stack of books. There's an art journal. Coffee and art in the morning with Dee. There's Malibu. There's Malibu. She put again. This is so good, Denise. This is one of my drawings right there. That's my red panda drawing, and there's one of my discs. Look, isn't that awesome? Oh my gosh, I'll have to print this out. Coffee fuel for creativity. Isn't that awesome, guys? Oh, I love it. I don't know if you're watching in the background, Denise, but I love that. Let me tell her I just showed it. Just showed on stream. Amazing. So she had what I was going to show y'all a little while ago was that Janet, especially. Oh, here's her little she got her a new apartment, and this is her little porch right outside her apartment. There, she got a new little bench there. But let me show you. Where is it? Did I keep it? Oh, here it is. So here's her desk and her one of her computers. And so She's got all her scabby stuff out there, Janet, and her little stuff. And so she's going to work on her scavenger. That's when she worked on the scavenger hunt for a day. So she loves her scabby. She loves her scabby. She just doesn't like her try to hurry up and get it done in 3 months. She just works on it all year long. Um, do I have an Amazon link? No, I'm not an Amazon affiliate, Marie. It's too much work. I hate to say that, but it is. Having an Amazon affiliate where, and I know I could have made a lot of money over the years being an Amazon affiliate, but it's a lot of work. It's like setting up a shop and links and pictures and it's I don't want it to be a job. You know what I mean? I don't want Amazon to be a job. So yeah, but thanks for asking. Yes, exactly, Devin. It was nice of you to ask. But no, I don't have I'm not an Amazon affiliate. I don't do what do you call it? Like my Poor Toast books. They don't, and he's offered to send them to me, download them, send me the books. And I said, no, I would rather buy the books and show things, say that's for all my supplies. I mean, there's been a couple books that people have sent me and said, will you show it? Well, I already have it, so I show it. But I don't do what do you call it? Affiliates and all that kind of stuff. I'll buy it if I like it and show it and promote it and um, because I like it. Okay, let me keep going here. Yes, exactly, Devin. It was nice of her to ask. Yeah, Janet goes. I've tried to get Janet. I go, Janet, you need to make a kids book. Janet is an amazing illustrator, and she goes, I don't want a job. I'm retired. I don't want a job. but thank you so much, Marie. Thanks for asking, and we're glad you're here. But if you have any questions on anything, we're glad to tell you, or Kat will link it for you. I know, but isn't it such a cute book? It's just such a cute book. And again, I do like to help promote Poor Toast because he's such a good guy. So anyway, and this is always their back cover page. So there's sardines. Then the last one I got is Old Era Objects scrapbook paper. And again, and he puts on there like, not, I don't know if he always does. Maybe some of his older ones he doesn't, but he tries to let you know if it's matte or not. I don't think he puts anything if it's not matte paper, but if it is matte paper, I think he puts matte paper on there. A lot of people like matte paper. So, but pretty much Poor Toast books and Collage Soup books are my two go-to collage ephemera papers that I use. I mean, I'm 95% of the time. There's a few books that I've used that are not Collage Soup or Poor Toast books, but most of my collage elements, if you will, are taken either from Collage Soup or Poor Toast books. And I do try to, if I use more than just one little book or one little something, if I use a major, something out of them, I always try to and post it on Instagram. I always try to show the picture of the front of the book so y'all know, I like to give credit to to them. So let's see. What's Kimberly wanting to buy? Make sure you have a shopping cart. What's Kimberly out buying? Unless Arlene. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I missed that one. And I do go back, guys, and scrub through the chat. Oh, I got lemon water hiccups. I do go and scrub through the chat to see who I missed and everything. Thank you, Kat. See, she put that. See how quick she is? I mean, she is on it, people. Just saying. So, but in this cool, I love this. And so you just can make up stories. Even if you don't do collage or junk journaling, if you just do regular plain old journaling and you have a binder, a comp book, some kind of traveler's note, whatever you journal in, and you have one of these books, if you're a writer, cut a little something out of here and post it next to the story you're writing. If you're more of a writer than a collage artist or a junk journaler or an art journaler, just cut a little something out that reminds you of some story or something that's going on in your life. Look at this. I mean, look at that right there. Look at those pencils and books. So it's very useful to me. Of course, y'all know I'm big on imagination and creativity. That's what we do here. All about that. So just so much story to these books, especially something like this one. You know, I love the colors in that. Look at those colors, the rusty colors in there. So cool. So this one's very versatile, has a lot of different stuff in it. From beach scenes to, look at this ship with the architecture of the design papers behind it. Wagon, like a Western night scene there. Oh, thank you, Esther. Esther, do I have your address? I'm not sure if I do. If you'll send me your address, I'll send you a little thank you print or something. Let me write you down. Artful Esther. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Here's my email address, just in case. And my email address is always in my About tab, but here it is. And if you'll send me your address, and I don't share it with anybody, not even the other mods, but if you'll send me your address, I'll send you a thank you. Okay? I have it? Okay. All right. If you're sure, if you can always send it again, you're not going to know. It doesn't hurt my feelings if y'all resend your address because, yeah, sometimes if I haven't sent you something in a while, then I forget if I have it or not. Let's see. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I do appreciate that. So look at this. I get Lord of the Rings. I read Lord of the Rings, well, first The Hobbit and then the Lord of the Rings so long ago. And y'all know the story about when I bought the new books, another set of them. I think I'd given my set of Lord of the Rings to Cameron twice. So I said, well, I'm going to buy another one. And I ended up, and y'all know the story. It's been a few years ago, but the covers looked amazing. I said, oh, I like this cool edition. So I bought a set of the Lord of the Rings, and they were like, I don't remember, it was $50 or something. I forget the three, And I said, because it looked really cool, I said, well, I'll spend $50 to get the 3 books or something. I don't even remember the exact price. But anyway, what I ended up getting, this is why you always have to be careful when you're purchasing things. I had bought a limited edition, collector edition wraps, covers, the book, the covers. I had bought the 3 limited edition covers to the Lord of the Rings. I did end up keeping them, and I bought another set of I bought a set of Lord of the Rings that already had a cover on it. So now a dust jacket. So now my Lord of the Rings 3 books have 2 dust jackets around them. I should go get them and show them. You want me? Yeah, I should go get them and show them. They're beautiful. They are beautiful, but I didn't really, I just wanted the books. Let me see if I can go put my hands on real quick, and then I'll show you my some of my postcards, and then we'll start cutting up a journal. Oh, I need to stretch anyway. There we go. Hang on, I'll be right back. So yeah, so this is a very cool set. When I went to buy the books, look at this. I said, I want the, let me back up one. I said, I like that set. Let's back up one more. But it's just that I bought the covers. They were just the covers. Let me see. Let me go back. So I left them on and kept the, so I rebought the books. And when I rebought them, this is the cover of the you never read the books, Missy? So here is the oh my gosh, this is part 3. But anyway, so look, I thought I was, when I ordered, I said, oh, I want that set, but I paid, it was like $50, I think, for these 3 dust jackets. But I liked them. I really did like the dust jackets. So I kept them. So now my trilogy has their own special covers on them. They're all different. It's just, see how it's like whoop. There we go. See how that lines up like that? Oh my goodness. But anyway, so yeah. So make sure when you buy something on Amazon, you read the description carefully. And that also goes for like Taschen books. A lot of Taschen books, the art books. There's different sizes of those. So a lot of the Taschen books are like this big and some are big. You think, oh, I'm buying this coffee table size book for $10. No, you're buying this Taschen book for $10. Taschen books are very well made and they're beautiful books, even the smaller ones. And I've got tons of the small ones. But now I know when I'm buying them what size I am buying, right? Oh, my goodness. It won't be dusty. All right, so let me go here. And I'm just going to kind of quickly flip them. I'm not going to talk about them. I've been in different challenges and different things with my postcards, but I'm just going to do a quick flip through my postcards here, just so you can kind of see some of the variety. Here's some Pantone ones. And that's another thing. We have to get Janet to show her Pantone cards again. I know every week I could make Janet show something, not make her, but ask her politely to show some of her stuff again, because like her Pantone cards that she's painted on, these are collage. Janet has painted on her Pantone cards and they're amazing. So maybe next Monday she will show her Pantone cards again. Make a note, Janet, to show them again. So there's just different, and some of them, they're sideways, they're different. Some of them are straight up, some of them are sideways. But anyway, so these are some of the ones. And then there's my collage ones here. And some of these are like artist trading cards or ATCs, different ones. But I've cut them down so they're not 4x6, obviously. But I've just taped them onto a background because I like the cards. And that's something else we might do today, depending on the size that I cut down the journal pages to. Some might be this size, some might, whatever size they are, you can just mount them. Like if I wanted them to be 4x6 and they're not 4x6, I could just mount them on some 4x6 cardstock, right? So, yeah. So these are just different ones, different challenges that I've been in. Let's see, need a pen. So, and then I put little stamps on the back of each one, painted the backs black, stamped them, signed them. So these are just all different ones. I'm just kind of flipping through quickly just to show you that for different things that I've done with 4x6. 4x6, and they're in different little sleeves, whatever I could get them, whatever size sleeves I can buy on sale or something, and then put them in, as long as they're, 3 rings, and 3 rings are standard size. So here's some more. So and I see, got them ready to. So anyway, I just keep a binder, just like I keep a binder of my color book pages that I cut out. Not all my color book pages are cut out, like my hardback books. I don't cut those out. But anyway, yeah, I see. You want to come back up here? I know you do. All right, you can come back up here if you stay over here. All right, stay over here. You got to stay over there. So I pulled 4 books. And, I don't know. Do I just want to slice all the pages out? Stay over there. Do I just want to slice all the pages out and then cut them down? Maybe. Let me get a sip of water. So these are the 4 I picked, and I'll go through them. And I've shown them before. And then this one here, this was from 2000. I think it was Devin that asked me not too long ago, whatever happened to the one with the big hand on it? Well, here it is. Let's see here. So we'll maybe start with this one. And so they're in all different, kinds and stages. But I got too many. I have literally no room on the shelves. And so I have to either cut them down or store them in a box or something. And I've already done that with bins and bins of them. So let's see here. Looking through this tray that's not working for me, Janet. Janet can't imagine skimming through this tray I showed y'all on Monday. So we'll be ready. All right, so I did this one 2019. And again, it's just got pages and pages of different things, and they're not finished. They're not done. They're not finished. But I could, cut them down, repurpose them, or I could finish them. But knowing me, I probably will not go back and finish these. So let's just test this out here. Let's do one here. Whoops. And I would keep the cover. This one anyway. I don't know about the other ones, but I would keep this cover because that is actually my hand there. So, all right. So, for instance, and then, let me also hang on, let me get my viewfinder I made. I got to get up out of the chair. This chair, it's hard to get up and out of because of the arms. It's got the big arms that fold down on the sides for Malibu. And then where does she sit? Right there. But it does have the big arms. So the whole chair is 4 feet wide, I think. The anxiety producing what? The journal is, Janet? What is anxiety producing? This is anxiety producing? Oh, you mean the tray. Yeah, the tray. Well, it's not anxiety producing for me, but it's time consuming to dig through. I thought it would be easy just to see everything, but then it's kind of like this one. There's just so much. There's just so much in there, It's like, so anyway. All right, so we cut something out. Now, I got my little viewfinder. Let's see, I think I do need to zoom back in one, although Malibu will probably be out of the picture if I do that. There we go. It is for you. So a viewfinder, just 2 L-shaped pieces of black cardstock. And now you have a viewfinder. Look, you can do all kinds of things. You can go outside and look through it and find things looking through it. So you can make your own viewfinder. It can be that small. It can be as big as you want. And so you can kind of do this. So, all right, so let's just take one and let's just do a little practice sheet. See, like this. I don't care anything about that on the back. Although, let me say this. One of the books that I have, I didn't pull that one though. One of the books I have, I did not like the book because it's the one with, ouch, got a cramp in my foot. It has the, what do you call it? Burlap. Hang on, guys, digging. It has a burlap in. It's another one with my hand. Oh, come on, chair. All right. The chair is great as long as you don't have to get up and down too often. So I got this as one of the, what do you call it? Is it Diane Reevely or one of them? Anyway, it's got this burlap in it. I don't like it. Now, what I did was I made a whole bunch of background pages. And these, I could cut down eventually, but what I did with these, and if y'all do some Procreate or anything like that, you could do the same. I didn't pull this to cut up. I just now pulled this to show because I saw this. If you have backgrounds that you really like, take a picture of it with your phone. I just do everything with my phone. You could scan it, copy it, whatever you want to do. I take a picture on my phone, send it to my computer, edit it, or put it in Procreate and play with it. So you can cut this, you can take a picture of this as a background. Then if you go into your computer, your software programs or your Procreate, or just in your let me do a sample here. Hang on. Let me take a picture of one here and I'll show you. All right, so let's see. All right, so let me take a picture. Okay, so I took a picture here. Let me go to my photos now. Okay, so I took a picture of it here. Now what I'll do is I'll just crop it down to make sure it's all adjusted size-wise. I can crop it down. You can crop it down however size you want. All right, so I'm going to crop it down. And then you can go, and you can do this in your computer, your printer software. You can do it in your phone. You could do it in Procreate. But I'm just going to do it here so I can show you quickly. So I'm going to go to adjust. Okay. So now let's see. Let's do the exposure. So you can do the exposure. So let's just bring it down a little. Let's go over to past brilliance, highlights, shadows. Let's go to contrast. So you can contrast it out. See, you can do that. You can do brightness. Okay, you can do whatever there. You can do black point, bring the blacks out. Then you can go over here to color and you can change the color immensely. See, you can go very bright and bold. And then you can do tint and vibrance. See how you can change it very easily? So once you get it where you like it, and you can also do sharpness. There's a whole bunch more here. There's tint, sharpness. You can sharpen it up. Then when you're done, okay, then I would send this over to Procreate. Hi, Karen. I would put this in Procreate and then do other things with it. But you have your background. See? So you see there the difference, what I did with it? So you can make your background pages very easy and then print them out on nice paper, depending on what you're going to do with it. I would just send it to Procreate, play with it in Procreate, and then print it out after I'm done playing with it. And I do the same thing when I have a double page spread in an art journal. If I have a double page spread and you got the seam down the middle, I send it to Procreate. You can do other options too. I just like Procreate on the iPad. And you can get rid of the seam, and then you have a nice big wide, scene, if you will. All right, let me see if I have any questions on that because I wasn't paying too much attention. Let's see, I Karen, Jess. It's been a while, Jess Sparkles. Hope you're doing well. Let's see who else. Sis, hello, sis. Stay over there. Stay over there. Am I missing anybody? Thanks everybody for being here. So you can take it and play with it so you can see the difference in the color right there. And then you can print this out. So I showed that to you because if you have any backgrounds, like look at all this. I have all these backgrounds that I made, and a lot of them I did take pictures of and put them in what do you call it? Editing. So I'm not going to cut this one up today because I still might want to keep some of those backgrounds. All right, that being said, let's now go back to this. Here's the one I was working. Is this it? Yeah. Okay. So now I can take my viewfinder here and just decide what I like, what part do I like about this. And I can continue to blend this in, paint it in, but I might just want to pick some piece of it. Like I might just like this. And I'm kind of thinking postcard size with this journal, cutting this down for postcard size. And I'll probably just, if it was just me, I would get out my big cutter and cut everything. But, that's kind of loud and obtrusive when I'm streaming. So, I like that right there. Now, it's not exactly 4x6, I don't think. Let me get a postcard just to use it for and it doesn't really have to be exact because, like I said, you can make it any size you want and then mount it. I can make this like 3x5 and mount it on a 4x6, but that's pretty close to a 4x6. So what I'll do is just kind of do this, and then I would probably use a thinner pen. I'd use like a Sharpie pen as opposed to a Sharpie marker to do this part, but you won't be able to see it. There's Joanne. Happy birthday. We were saying earlier, Joanne came in to say happy birthday to you. So happy birthday, Joanne. I hope you have a great day. I'm just showing cutting up journals today. So if I kind of like that, maybe a little less on the bottom there, kind of like that. And let's just kind of eyeball it. That looks pretty good. I can always trim it down. And again, I would probably not use a Sharpie marker to do this step, but because I want y'all to see the mark, So let's just kind of do this. And I'll just kind of like this. Like that. And then I would get out my big guillotine cutter and cut it down. But we're not doing that right now. So I'm just going to show you. I'm going to cut this down. Okay, so there's a start. And again, it's not perfectly squared up. I could do that, with the cutter. And then I look at this, say, do I want any of this? I don't really do anything this size. Maybe I might keep just that little snippet and put it in my, y'all know I have one box of stuff like this. One box. This goes in the trash. I have one box of stuff like this that if I want stuff like this, I'll dig through that one box. So I'll keep that. Okay, this right here, I do kind of like this. This kind of looks like if I did a landscape one. Let's do this. I'm going to cut that. I'll just use this as a template and go around it here. So if you have old journals, you don't like anything in them, you think, well, I'll just throw the whole thing away. Well, do this first. Try to do this first. So here you got a little landscape here. See, it's a little world all in its little self. And here's its cousin. So then you can do, let me get a piece of white paper under here to kind of, so you can see better. Then you can do the easiest thing to do. Are y'all still with the tour? Oh, thanks, Kat. Hi, Keeks. I'm sure I'm missing some people coming in. Let's see. I said hi to View. And View did, it was funny because View popped up in my feed last night. So I scooted over there for a few minutes. And she was doing a premiere. And a premiere is where you film a video and then you go into the chat and do like a live chat. It's a live chat, but she's showing a video that she's already made. And she was talking about how she will do like, I think she said it was 6 hours. She turns her camera on, and I've never done this. So she can, and she did talk about it on her last video last night. If you want to check out how she does it and all, then go watch it later. not right now. But anyway, so she says she'll turn her camera on, then she'll do some stuff, and then she'll pause it and go do whatever, come back, and she'll do that for 6 hours. And then she'll turn it into a 1 hour video. So she crops it down and stuff, and she talked about the different stuff that she does to do that. And anyway, I said all that to say that she was doing a premiere last night. We were in chat, and she was cutting things down and making a junk journal. I said, "See, you can cut things down." And so anyway, yeah, if y'all don't follow View, then y'all need to. Let's see, Mama Four. Hi, Mama Four. Who else am I missing? Scrolling. Joe Lou. Hi, Joe Lou. Let's see. Said hi to Keeks. Yeah, she said it was 6 hours. Oh, you're welcome, View. You're fun. But you know what's so funny is when she shows a premiere, when she shows one of her premieres, let's brighten this up a little, she's so much more subdued because she's just there by herself when she's making those videos for 6 hours or whatever. She talks quieter. She reminds me of when I made my very first, if y'all know the story, my very first stream. Anyway, she talks very quiet, very subdued. She's not all lively and chatty like she is when she's actually in a live. I mean, she was in the live in the chat, but you know what I mean. It was funny. Which program are you talking about, Jolu? Which program? Are you talking about Procreate on the iPad, or are you talking about something that View uses? If you're talking, Procreate. Procreate is about $10 or $12, and maybe $15 now. When I bought it, it was $10, and it's only on the iPad. I think it's supposed to be coming onto, the computer, but for now, I think it's just on iPad. So it's like $10 or $15, a one-time fee. You don't have to keep paying for it. Let's see. You left before she deconstructed. Oh, she deconstructed a Camilla D'Orecco reference. I did miss that, Devin. I couldn't stay. It was already 9:00. That's late for me when I get up at 4. So, so yeah, I did not stay. Sometimes I've been over at Views at 10, but that's usually like on a weekend, but still, yeah. I'll have to go watch her deconstruct her Camilla D'Orecco, as View calls it. Thank you. Thank you, Kat. I'll have to go watch it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so scrolling. Devin was in shock when you were cutting it up. Okay, so anyway, so let me just give you an example now what you can do with this if you don't want to draw on it or paint. I paint everything. I got all my craft paints right here I use for my acrylic craft paints. These are my favorite. I just love the little Americana. I did clean out all 8 of my little bins over the weekend and got rid of them. Then I didn't have to get rid of too many, but a few where there's hardly anything left in it. And so I straightened them all up. I vacuumed them all out and everything. So they're all very neat and organized. Anyway, so y'all know I just like using craft paint for my acrylic collage mixed media. So I could do that on here too. But what I'm going to show y'all is if you don't feel like doing that, or you don't, know what to do, how to do that. Let me put this book over here a minute in another pile. Is you can take your, any like the books I just showed y'all earlier. You can take, your collage books, or you can do both. You can do stickers, and you could also do. Let's see. Here's one of my you can add stencils, like this would be kind of cool going around the outside of this. You can, with acrylic paint, dab it in there with a dry sponge so it doesn't leak under, but you can use your stencils, you can use your collage books, you can use your stickers. So let me just look through here. I'm going to imagine this is some water here. And let's just see here. I'm not going to take a whole lot of time because I want to cut down a whole bunch of stuff, but I just want to maybe do one here. So I could do something. I could get in my, I got that sardine, but that thing might be too big for this. But let's just get some kind of a fish or something out of here. I don't know. Oh, there's a mermaid. There's mermaids. Y'all know it's Mer-May this month. But let's just see. I just want to add a little fish because, There's a little orange one. So let's just do that. Let's just pick this little clownfish. I'm going to pick this little clownfish. Come on. Is it a whole thing? Is this a whole thing or is this? Oh, there we go. Okay. And you'll also know, and I love this little book, Aquatopia Sticker Emporium. And let me just tell, so Kat doesn't have to go look it up. 979-890-193933. And it's also at Books A Million. And you can get it on Amazon too. Oh my God. But anyway, a couple things when you use stickers or washi tape. Of course, y'all know I do not like. Let me get my other scissors here. I don't like the white edge on anything. Now, if it's in a big scene that I'm doing a big collage with, I can paint that out. So if I put this down on a big collage scene, I would just paint. I could paint around that little clownfish, or you can just cut it out. In this case, I'm going to cut it out because it's on a small little postcard, and I'm not going to paint in it, at least not right now. So let me just cut this out. The other thing is when you're using stickers or washi tape is I do not trust the washi tape or sticker glue. Some of it's really good. Like this one's pretty sticky, but I don't trust it to stay stuck on postcards or art cards or whatever. So I will use, I'll use my art glitter glue, or Eileen's tacky, or even a glue stick's better than nothing. But I don't trust glue sticks 100% of the time either for permanency. But in an art journal or something like that, it's fine. Glue stick's fine. But if you're making an art piece you want to really keep or give away or trade, or whatever you want to do with it, you want to make sure it's going to stay stuck, right? All right, let me get rid of this little. All right. So I'll take and you do have to keep a pin. You do have to keep a pin in your art, in the tip. If you put the metal tip on there when you buy it, you want to keep, because it will clog it up. I mean, you'll clog up after just 2 seconds if you're not putting it back in there. All right, so there. So you always want to stop and put the pin back in. It's kind of a pain, but it's worth it because you get such a tiny little tip of glue. All right, so there we go. And I'll just kind of smear that out just a little. And we'll just put it down in here. So like that. And then maybe I might want another little planet up there. All right, for instance, let's see. There's this little piece left right here that I just was going to say, well, I don't need that, or I'll throw it away. So maybe we'll cut this out. So when you have old art that you don't like, whether it's in a journal or just, by itself, let's see, do I want it right there? I don't really want to, I kind of like that black line. Let me get my, wait a minute. Good. That, I want that a little thicker. And I could go in there with an acrylic paint marker. Do that. See, that's why I say my stuff's all mixed media, because I'll just do whatever works. If I need paint, if I need, collage, if I need like that. And then maybe some of this little background here. The little hills way in the back here. Malibu, you're snoring. So you see that? You could do something like this. And you can just, play with it and just do whatever. You throw some bubbles down here. I'm not going to get the paint out to throw paint right now, but I will grab a pasta and maybe make some little, a couple bubbles. So we could do something like that. Actually, I think need some up in here too. So there, that's just cut down from a background that wasn't, you know, anything. All right, so let me find a place to put that. Thanks, Devin. So again, now I got this one left, and again, do I have a piece? Oh, I gotta get up again. Hang on, gotta spin around because Malibu's on the desk. Let me hang on. Oh, let me get a piece of black cardstock. That'll help too. Oh my gosh, I can't believe Denise did that. I can't wait to print that out. If y'all missed it a minute ago, I gotta show it again. I know it took her some time to do that. Let's crop it down here. I'll print this out and put it on a. So good, Denise. Coffee and art in the morning. She just did a whole bunch of little me's, little mini me's and mini Malibus. And some of my artwork. That is so good, Denise. I love it so much. All right. So if you cut something down, and even if it's not a 4x6, it could be whatever size, and I can tell just by looking at this is not straight. But like I said, I didn't cut it with my guillotine that has the measurements on. I just cut it with it. But you can mount it down on a piece of black cardstock, and just that alone look how much that adds to, just doing that. Dee has blessed us with. Oh, Pete. Is Pete here? Oh, Pete, thanks for stopping in. Where is he? Let me click on it if I can find him. Where is he? Where is he? Pete. There he is. Pete does a show, Dark Sayings. He does a lot of conspiracies and, everything from, I'll just use Bigfoot because everybody knows Bigfoot as an example. But he does all kinds of things that's, kind of creepy cool. And he's usually on kind of late at night. And I'm not sure if he has a certain schedule at the moment. But yeah, thanks for stopping in, Pete. I appreciate that. Tina's a mod for Pete, by the way. That's actually how I found Tina. I found Tina from Pete at Pete's channel. And so yeah, and I grabbed her and snagged her and brought her over here. So yeah, we're lucky to have Tina thanks to Pete. But she still mods for Pete. I mean, don't get me wrong. She does mod for Pete. So see how you can cut this down and just look at the difference that makes. Look at the difference it makes when I mean, it looks good there too, but if you mount it on black and then put it on some white paper, a card like a mat or something. So, and that's just cutting down one of your old journals. And again, you can find this kind of stuff by taking your journal pages and just, going like this with a make your own little viewfinders, 2 L's of cardstock, and just going over. You going to get down now? Come on, let's get on here. Come on down here on the chair. Come on down here on the chair. That's what I got this chair for. Oh, well, she said, forget it. I'm going to go all the way on the floor. So let me grab the light again. I'm going between black and white, and that freaks the camera out. There we go. So yes, Pete's a good guy. He's a good guy. And Tina's known him forever. I think Tina and them, I don't say they grew up together, but Tina's known Pete for probably half her life. And I'm exaggerating. I don't know how long they've known each other. If Tina wants to say, feel free. Okay, so yeah, I snatched her up from Pete's channel. But I didn't take her away from Pete's channel. She's still mods for Pete. So yeah, don't anybody email me. All right, so there we go. So there's that. And now let's go back to the book here. and see what else we can cut out. Because like I said, this is just junk. It's not junk journal. It's a journal. But look, see, and this is the kind of thing again, guys. If you want to take a picture of and then move it over into whatever editing program, or even if it's just on your phone, and then print it out on some nice matte or well, so I use kind of an expensive paper to print my stuff out on, but depending on what you're going to do with it, like when I make my prints to give to y'all, it's on nice paper. I'll show here, let me show you what it is. I use different kinds, and of course I use sticker paper and all that. Now I have an HP all-in-one. I mean, a HP, what do you call it? Echo print. The kind you refill the ink things, but you can use different papers. I have this is one of my favorite nice papers, Epson presentation matte. Um, 50 sheets, and this costs probably $25 or $30. You're paying a couple dollars a sheet for this. Sometimes I've seen it on sale a little cheaper. I buy it off of Amazon because my Staples closed down a few years ago during the virus. But anyway, this is my best go-to paper. It's not my only paper. Like I said, I do sticker paper, gloss sticker paper, matte sticker paper. I do different papers, but this is probably my best paper, if you will. Okay, and I do that for prints and stuff. If I'm doing something I'm going to cut up and tear up, I just use nice, I use some nice copy paper. So there's that. Let's see. Plus, yes, Dee streams in the morning, Pete streams at night. Yes. All right, so I've got different papers laid in here. So see, I could cut this whole book down. Which I probably should. See, like some of this isn't even glued down yet. Like that's not even glued down. I should at least stick this down so it's not flying around. So let's just, because y'all know how some of my collage works is I will glue things down. Now this is just to hold it, just to tack it. But if I went to glue it down, I would glue it down with my golden matte medium. Okay, so I do kind of like this. Let's see what we can do here. Here's my. So again, you can take your viewfinder and look. See how cool that looks right there. I like that right there. And then I can go back in and paint and fix things, adjust things. So something like that. And again, I would usually not use a Sharpie marker, but I'm doing that so that y'all can see it. I would just use a Sharpie pen and then and my guillotine cutter, so it's nice and crisp. But we're doing this to samples. Okay, so let's see. Did I already have that cut? There we go. All right, so now I'm going to go in here. That little piece is going to fall off, but I did like that little piece there. So real quick, I'm going to get my glue. And glue that little piece back down. And again, I would make it more permanent with a matte medium. But for now, I just want to stick it there. Okay. Okay. And some of this I might keep. Like I might keep that. Not going to keep that. I wouldn't use that. Won't use that. And I'm just brutal with my stomach. Am I going to use that? Probably not. All right, so here we go. Let's see. Any of this I want to use? Nah. But I did like this. And this needs a little bit of extra glue just to hold it till I do more with it. All right, so see? Then that needs to be cut down there. Then you can put it on white paper. See? All right. See, the black paper messes up the lighting on the camera. There we go. All right. Let's see if I got any questions. 50. Yeah, Tina. Oh my gosh. Tina, you're something else. Riri, you'll take the scraps. Riri, if you need some scraps, I got, look, I'll show y'all. This is my one box. I told y'all of this kind of stuff that I keep. I keep one box of this. When this box is full, and it is full, then it's, and I don't know what this piece of cardboard is in there, but this is where I keep this kind of stuff. It's a big box. But this kind of thing. Now, y'all know I have my plastic snaps of collage fodder. That's sheets and papers and gel-plated papers and all that. They're all in those plastic snaps. But this is just my, this is my junk stuff. One box. That's it. Otherwise, it takes over my room. Like my journals are. That's why I'm cutting up the journals, because they're taking up my room. So anyway, so there we got another one there. Let's see, we got this one. Where's that other one? Let me do it to the other one. Well, I already lost it. Where'd it go? Well, I don't know where it went. Oh, did I put it over here? Oh, yeah, here it is, my little fish one. All right, so let's just... I'm picking up this little stuff, goes in the trash. That's too much, too little. Okay, so let's keep rolling here. All right. I'm going to do a quick BRB on my lemon water, So let's do a BRB. And I don't see Malibu, but there's nothing, no paint, no loose paint up here for her to get into. All right, I'll be right back. All right. All right, so back to some more cutting. Let's see, what's Pete saying? I'm excited to announce that let's see here. I've been cast as James, local stage production, season 4. So, really? Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Awesome, Pete. In this kind of episode, Walker finds a terrifying supernatural threat, an actual Native American ghost. Oh my gosh. I know you've done some and Pete was doing this back before it was really like popular to go out in the wild and do like ghost hunting and stuff like that. Pete was doing this way on back. You see a lot of vloggers and YouTubers doing that kind of stuff. Pete was doing that stuff but this is really awesome. That's very cool, Pete. Keep us posted, or Tina will. Tina will keep us in the loopies. Won't you, Tina? So congrats, Pete. That's awesome. But yeah, Pete used to be back in the original OG ghost hunters type stuff. All right, let's see here. So this is just all kinds of junk. So I'm just kind of flipping through. See, what I really need to do, guys, is cut here. Let's just do it. I do want to keep the cover because I like the cover with my handprint on it. But we are going to be able to, let's see here. Let me hold it up here so I can see here. Cut the book block out. Because then I can make a new journal. Janet needs this. Janet's a barrel of monkey fun. Janet on Monkey Island, you know. Let's see. Maybe I need to turn that into some kind of work of art for Janet. Keep this for myself and make something out of this for Janet. She can put it behind her toilet where all her other artwork I make her goes. Along with her color cubes behind the toilet. Right, Janet? Anyway, so this takes up a lot less room. You like that, Riri? That takes up a lot less room than all this, which now I just need to go through and tear down and cut down, and then, see what I want to keep and what I don't, like this. All right, Riri, did you really want some scraps? Let me ask you first. Riri, don't lie. Riri just sent me a book, so I'm gonna offer this to her. Don't lie, Riri. Do you really want some scraps? Don't be saying it just to be saying it. Yeah, behind your toilet. Yes. Okay. All right. So here's what I'm going to do, Riri. I am going to whatever, and I'm gonna pick the best for myself. I'm just saying, like, I want this. I don't need this. So you get that, Riri. I'm keeping this. So we're gonna do a double pile here, y'all. Y'all ready? This is my pile. This is Riri's pile. Okay, one for Riri, one for me. No, I don't even like that. I'm not. Riri's going to get all the stuff that I don't want, and I'm going to be brutal. She's going to get a big envelope full of this stuff. I was going to say crap, but that's not very nice. And then Riri, when you get it, whatever you don't want, just throw away. Okay? Whatever you don't want, throw away. See, that's washi tape there that I glued. Okay. Okay, like this. But see, this is tape here. So let's cut that down there. Like this. Like this. I love that. I love this. And like this right here, Riri, or for anybody that's, going back through their art journals, this is like Dilutions. This is Dilution spray ink, like probably a Smack and Drag, if y'all know what that is. So this can be reactivated. This can be reactivated. So you have to know that stuff before you want to reuse it. You know what I mean? Because... And the other thing too is, and I do send out, some scraps and stuff, but here's one of the things that, and I trust Riri, that's another thing. I have sent out stuff like this before, and I'm being honest with y'all so that if y'all ever send out stuff like this, you just know the idea what could happen. I would say, oh, well, here's some scraps. And then I saw it on Instagram. Someone goes, oh, I got some of Dee Dee's original artwork. Come on, really? Now, I know Riri's not going to do that, but I'm just saying. That's another thing about why I don't send out stuff like this, because then somebody's going to go, oh, I got some of Dee Dee's artwork. Look, it's happened, people, and I don't want it to happen again. So I do send out little things, I send out, what I mean. But... but Riri's not going to go, oh, look, I got some of Dee Dee's artwork. So anyway, and what's this? Is this book upside? Oh, I got it upside down. What is this? This is I was doing some kind of Loch Ness Rosie. I don't know. Oh, this is supposed to, Rosie the robot. I did a combo. And what does this one say? This one is Baby Loch Ness. A baby Loch Ness. Did y'all ever want to know what a baby... Pete, did you want to know what a baby Loch Ness looked like? Oh, I know you wouldn't, Riri. That's why I didn't even have to say you, but I'm just using you as an example. Look, Pete. Yes, Rose. That's a combo of Rosie and Loch Ness. And then look, here's a baby Loch Ness, Pete. Oh my goodness. So anyway, yeah, I like that. See, you just don't know what I like. I like that. All right, here's just a couple. There's just a blank page. We'll just keep that for scrap paper. That goes up under the desk there for scrap paper. Okay. I feel like I'm going the wrong way. I don't know. Oh, here we go. All right, so here's one that's got enough on it where I'll send it to Riri to use, to take some what do you call it? And she can make she can do this. See, just if you have a little viewfinder, you can do all kinds of things. Like right there, look at that. I'll send that to Riri. So this will get rid of one more book, and I'll be down to just a few sheets of paper. Because Riri's getting all the crap. I mean, she's getting all the excess. And see, look, it's just tacked. A lot of stuff's just tacked down. That would be really cool right there, Riri. Just an FYI, in my opinion. Okay, let's get rid of the extra glue sides there. I do like this. Don't need this. This is some more sprays, dilution sprays. Like that. Riri's going, oh my gosh, I'll never use, and you don't have to use it all. You can throw it away, Riri. I don't have time to, I don't have time for all of it. Oh, you're sweet. But, look, that's a cool background right there. I'll keep one and send you one. Oh, look, there's a piece of, I'll send you this octopus that's kind of, don't go post it. She wouldn't. Riri would never do it. But don't go post this on Instagram. That's just for you. Okay, let's see. What else we got? I kind of like that right there. Yes. We're almost done. Then we're going into another journal. I told y'all I picked a few journals. I'll keep that. Get rid of that. That. And I do like this. This is some of my apocalyptic angels there. Blowing trumpets right there. And they're just made out of the ink that splotches. The ink splotches, and I turned them into, angels there. I like that. I like this. I love this. I know that sounds funny, but I love this. I see a whole world's in that. There's a whole world in there. All right, this was something that we made something funny about. I'll have to keep this or probably send it to Janet. Oh, this is one of my favorite quotes. I don't know why I put it with the octopus, but I love this quote. Outside of a dog, a book is a man's best friend. Inside of a dog, it's too dark to read. Groucho Marx. I love that quote. Here's another little something. I was working with a ship. Okay, here's some blank papers. These blank papers I'll keep for scratch paper. And what I do is under this is just a piece of foam core that lifts up over here. I can lift this up, and then I can put my scrap paper under there. And so the scrap paper will get repurposed. Let's get rid of all the thing there. Okay, so let's see here. Give. Keep. What's in here? I probably won't get to the post office till Saturday. So it won't go out. Won't go out today. I got all my little envelopes, Happy Mail sent out, but I do have some prints and things that I can't get to the post office till Saturday. So if y'all have sent like super chats and stuff where I send y'all thank yous, they're coming. Okay, practice. That was with some brush tip pens. I think the rest of this is, oh no, there's some more in there. These are kind of jacked up here. That. And I know what I'll use and won't. All right, Riri. I hope this will last you a while. So there you go, Riri. Thank you for sending me a book. Oh, Riri, you didn't have to do that. It won't be that bad. I'll send it in one of those white envelopes. It just costs a couple bucks. You send me books all the time, Riri. You send me books all the freaking time. Oh my gosh, you did not have to do that. But thank you. I'll take it. I'm not turning down 20 bucks for postage. Thank you, Riri. I'm going to put you down. Thank you so much. All right, so there we go. That's not too much. That's smashed. And you can tear it up, do whatever you want with it. All right, so then I am down to just a few, maybe about 20. I don't know. It's a lot less than the journal. So there we go. There's one down, right? Now, y'all have to tell me, is this not interesting, or is it boring to y'all to watch me tear down, break down journals? Because if it is, we can do other things. Y'all know, it's not like we run out of things to do around here. That's for sure. All right, and so there's this. This is what we're working with there. And a piece of white paper, piece of black paper, and a 4x6 cardstock. Oh, and our viewfinder. There we go. Okay. All right. So there we go. So there's that. Now that'll go in one of my plastic sleeves of extra papers, you know. All right. So let's see what else I got. Now, some of these, I really like the journals, you know, but I told y'all I'm running out of room. Look how much room this takes on a shelf. That takes up a lot of room on a shelf. And all my shelves are full. Love the chin. Well, it's not really my work, Rainbow. These are just I'm not. I love what it call them. Just journals to play in, and these are kind of the same. Now this one has got a little bit more stuff in it, and this too. So this has got some things in it I like, but there's just a whole bunch of stuff that's not completed. So I need to figure out how to I was going to say discombobulate. That's not. Deconstruct out of the journals and keep the ones that are really nice and get rid of the others. Okay, so let's start with this one because I think this one's probably got the least amount of things in it that I either want to keep or that are completed. Like this. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. It's not completed, but you know, these are just journals that I've stenciled. So I just don't really know what to do with them. And here's another problem with these. They're thick. These are thick. I don't know. Like I like this, but okay, let's just go for it. Let's just start cutting it down. Doesn't have to be complete to be inspired. Yeah, that's true. Here's my problem with this stuff, guys. I don't have any shelf space. I have hundreds of journals. All right, so I like that. So I could keep that. Now this, nothing. I could put this on a piece of something, that might be kind of cute to finish. What do you think? See, that might be good. I got these over here for, show backings and stuff. So I'll keep that. All right, this is just a starter pages. See, I'm just saying, I'm not gonna. All right, let's keep. I'll keep that. That needs to be finished. Or it could be inspiration, but very heavy cardstock. Not going to finish. Y'all know I have all my, this kind of stuff. I have my abandoned books. Yeah. All right. This, not going to, kind of like that, but I know, I know. So this is, I think this is one of those things, it just needs to go either in the trash or in the garage because I'm not going to finish this. I do too many like this. And now I'm doing my discs. I have 40 discs. I have at least 40 discs. That doesn't include the ones I've given to the kids or given away. Of course I make, prints of some of them, but they're in the other room on the wall. And so I'm working on discs now, not so much in journals. I'm working more on my discs rather than, here, hang on. Y'all, I know most of y'all know what I'm talking about. Hang on. Let me grab a couple. Here, I just pulled my three most recent ones. And I like working on the 14-inch size. I just found that I'm liking that. So these are my collage discs. They're all varnished and they're on wood discs. And so these are what I'm enjoying doing now. So there's that one. These are the last three I've done. And I do post them on Instagram. They are on Instagram. Dee needs to stick to discs because she can shove a finger through. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Arlene, you remember that. And then this one is my most recent one. And again, they're all posted on Instagram. And so I'm enjoying doing these now so much that I'm probably not going to be finishing these. Right, because I'm working on these. So, all right, let's keep going here. Let's see what else I want to know out of here. I do like that. This reminds me of Cameron in Yellowstone. Come on. Very thick paper. There we go. Okay. So I could just cut the whole book down. Won't use those. I kind of like this, but will I actually really go back and do something with it? Y'all tell me. I'm not. No, I love this, but I'm not. Y'all know I'm not going to go back and work on these. I hate to throw them away, but you can see what I'm picking out. I've picked 3 things out of this book so far. You might, Riri. I just know I have so much, bins of collage fodder. I'm not going to do anything with any of this. Now this, I made that because it looks like the Johnny Quest monster, I don't know, robot thing. Do y'all remember Johnny Quest? Let's see if I can get this out here. It's glued to another page. Do y'all remember Johnny Quest? It was my favorite cartoon growing up. Giveaway fodder. I turned that into that Johnny Quest spider robot thing. But I know exactly, and that's why I did it, Arlene, as starter pages. But I have thousands. Now I was going to say hundreds, but I probably have thousands of starter pages. And now I'm doing discs. But anyway, I like this because of that. I like this. This is kind of nice. Somebody would probably like to do something with that. And then these are some stickers. This is from what do you call it? John Deerian. I don't know. I guess I could give it to Denise and see if there's anything she wanted to cut up out of it. There's the rest. Oh, there's some blank pages there. And like these are John Deerian stickers. Those are nice stickers. They're glued down now. Well, that one's kind of loose. All right, I'll compromise and give it to Denise. Would that work? Can I give it to Denise and then she can decide if she wants to go through it and see what she wants and whatever she doesn't want out of it? See, I like that. Whatever she doesn't want out of it, she can throw away. How about that? I like that. Stencil. But I don't need two. John Deerian sticker. See, these are all starters. Starter pages. All right, that will go to Denise to see if she wants anything in it. Yes, high-end stickers, Devin. All right, where's my pen? All right, we'll give that to Denise. Now, these next two are going to be even harder because there's more completed pages in them. Are y'all still with the tour? All right, so these two. All right, so look, that made room on my shelf. She can either use some of it in her scabby or throw it away because she'll call it crap and throw it away. Denise will do that. Y'all know. All right, so I'll keep that. Okay, so now these two journals have more stuff finished in them. See, now what you just saw in the other book is what these started out as. Okay, these have progressed beyond what the other book just was, but there's still a lot of space. It still takes up a lot of space. Let's turn up the brightness here. Let's see. I don't think I know what your discs are. Oh, I just showed them, Esther. I just showed my discs. Well, I showed 3 of them. I have about 40 of them hanging up in the other room, but they're wood. They're wood, like basswood. And these are my mixed media collage disc worlds, if you will. Okay. So this is really what I've been working on for the past few years. Well, a couple years, I guess. So yeah. So anyway, what I was saying is these are further along. See? So the ones that you just saw started out, or these started out like those other ones. I have 4 bulgy discs. Tina, I love you. You're so fun. So these are further along. Are they 100% done? No. But I've really gone further on these. See, and I don't really want to cut these up. I don't know. Maybe they'll just have to go in the garage. Because they're double. For one thing, they're double page spreads and they're back to back. That's one of the problems about doing a journal. If you do a double page spread, is you lose the back side. You know, kind of like collage books, right? See, like this, I don't like this. I could get rid of that. I'm going to tell you if I say yes or no what I like. This would be a hard no. I don't like it. No. I mean, I like this. See, this would be something that I would do this with. See, now that looks good right there. If anything else, I should just take a picture of that and put it on a card. You know what I mean? See, that looks good. Right? Don't y'all like that? And that's kind of my thing about this. See this? Not loving it. I got her wrangling a fish. You know, she's got some kind of a harness or reins on the fish there. This would be a no. This would be a no. I mean, like I like little parts of it. Like I like the door, you know. This would be a no. It's not even finished painted in. This is kind of cute. My little red panda. I love me some red panda. Like I like me some lemurs. See these lemurs at the front here. I love these lemurs. And I painted, let's see. No, these are all collage ones. In the other book, I painted the lemurs in. Okay, so this is a no. This is a yes. I like these. And it might be because of the color. This would be, I kind of like that. See, something like that. I do like that. See how you can take your viewfinder and you can just spot things, right? Well, just so y'all see that I do a lot of a lot of work. But I mean, I like it, and I liked it at the time I was working in this journal. Obviously, I did the whole journal, so you know. This outfit right here, I think my sister and I had matching dresses like that. I think Jody and I had matching dresses like that in the 60s. The little plaid outfit. Yes, they are, Tina. So, yeah. And I like this right here. I like this little. Something like that. Or even half this faces. Something like that. Do you like that? Don't like that. This, no. That's cute, but no. And this is just me. You know, I like some of the combos and the colors. But like this would be a nice one like this. See? That's cool, right? Yeah, the Peter Pan collar. Yes, Riri. See, I like that. Just so y'all can see what you can repurpose even with a photo. This is probably going to have to go to Denise too. You want any of this, Denise? This is one of my painted. I painted him. This, that would be a nice one. Like that. That's cute, isn't it? Maybe I'll take a picture. Take a picture, it'll last longer. There we go. I like that one. Yes, Lemur and Royal percent. Oh my gosh. Oh. But I hope y'all are getting some ideas of what you can do with your old journals that you don't like. You know, if nothing else, find someone to give them to. Oh my goodness. And see, these are stickers that I've not painted in yet. See, they have to be painted in. So this is like all a work in progress. And I know I'm not going to get back to this. I'm just not. It was fun in its day. But, you know, is that a piece there? What is this? Is this a... What is this? This is one I probably cut down. Cut this down. All right, we'll put that in the stack over there. All right, so now you can see, yeah, Denise. I'm seriously taking them down to her. I have a place downstairs where I give things to the kids on a bench, and so it'll go on the bench. It's going on the bench. Do you either give away or sell what you and Denise don't want? I would pay. Well, here's again, Natalie. Here's again the problem with doing something like these are not finished. These are not finished. So I'm not going to sell them. They're not finished. And the second thing, if y'all remember, I just told y'all, and I trust Riri not to do it. if I gave some of these away, well, I have, and I'm not accusing anyone here of doing it, but what I'm saying is I have I've given things away, like let's say this. I've given it away, and then I see it on Instagram saying, "Look, I got some Dee Dee's original art." It's not even finished. It's not even finished, so I can't do that. You know, I can't do that. Now this one's finished. Let's zoom in. This one is finished, and I do like it. So you know. It's a double page spread, and I could take a picture of it, put it in Procreate, get rid of. I can get rid of the seam and make it. Yes, they're art starts. Exactly, Devin. They're art starters. You know, I do like this one. Now, this one may have more in it that I like. Let's see. This one's in progress. See, I can tell if it's not finished. It's not paint. It's not painted in, right? It's not painted in. This one's more done. Still not finished. That's not painted in. This side's more done. You know. And again, these are years old. These are. I don't. Do I have a date on these? No, I got my email, but they're not all done. They're like Devin said. They're art starts. This one, see, they're not even glued down all the way. They're just tacked in with glue stick. This is how they start, though, guys. My collages, like, you know, you see my, you know, I work on them on stream all the time. So when you see something like this, you know, it started out like this with just different pieces of a collage. All these are. And I do like these because I might have to keep this one. I don't know. I'm probably never going to work it, but it is an inspo. This is inspo. Samantha might like this for inspo, for colors and stuff like that. You know, she might like this for inspo. I'll ask her if she wants it. And I know she'll probably say no. She's got a room full. Her whole, just like my room in here. She lives in an apartment. She rents an apartment with 2 other girls, so she has her own bedroom. Her bedroom is a sewing studio. Is, you know, she even thought, I just need to get rid of my bed and sleep on the floor. I need more room to sew. Well, no, you don't need to do that. You need to keep your bed. But her room is a sewing studio. So she's going to say she has no room for this, is my point. Well, I don't have room for that, Nana. This one's done. So this is what some of these finished ones would look like. Oh my goodness. But these are all just tacked down. And see, I do them by color a lot. See how there's a lot of cohesiveness to it? But you can't be afraid once you glue it down with like your matte medium and you start painting on it. You can't be afraid to cover things up. Something that doesn't work. See, like I really like this whole layout thing. This would be a really nice disc. If I turn this into a disc with the maps and all that, I really like this page. To the little door over here. I like that. Don't care for that. I love this because I think I love the colors and the lettering on there. I do like that. And then I remember doing this on stream. Do the little, I think that might be a Botticelli there. And this octopus got her trapped in there. Oh, you like this journal, but I like people's. Yeah, I do too. I love seeing people's journals, art journals, sketchbooks. And I show them every now and then. You know, I bring them out, like the color background. This is not. I like this. I think I got. Did I get this from Devin? Somehow I think I got that from Devin. That picture there. So. Yeah, so that's about it in here. Some clouds. So that's about it in this one. So I won't cut this down. I'll see if Denise or Samantha want that. All right, so that's those three. What else do I have over here? So let's see. Let me go ahead real quick and I will, let me pull these. Hang on. Let's see what we got over here. And again, let me back up. These are postcards. These are postcards in progress. Some have been cut down. Some have been cut down from other art journals. And, 4x6. I have trays and trays of 3x4. And I don't do artist trading cards much anymore. But art cards from my butt is gorgeous Venice. I don't think from me, but it's a gorgeous Venice. Oh, okay. I looked at it and then I said, it's from your butt. What do you mean it's from your butt? I just glanced at it and saw from my butt. Oh my goodness, what do I got in here? These are not even hardly started at all. Oh, let's go through some of these and see what we can do. Let's see if we know, you know. I don't mind giving a couple of things away like starters like this, but don't go post them and say, oh well, there's some Dee Dee art, but I could do a couple giveaways of some postcards if y'all want some starter postcards. Oh, this is real postcards. I'll put that back. Hi, Dot. All right, let's see what we got here. Now, this is one that I tried to recreate to show how I had done my first artist trading cards with spackle. And it was my very first stream 16 years ago. I made artist trading cards, which are 2.5 by 3.5. This is 4x6, but you get the point. And it's spackle. It's spackle around the edges. DAP, DAP, DAP spackle, that you spackle your walls with. Let me zoom back in one. That you spackle your walls with to get the holes out of the walls. And that's what this is. And then I put metallic paint to make it look metallic, and then I put varnish in it. So this one is, it's more of a finished one. But I have all kinds of things that I've started, cut down. Like here, this is a good one to show. These two right here. These are the backs. This is out of an art journal. Okay, this is out of an art journal. This is where I drew these. These are some what do you call it? Logos that I copied to make the exact logo. But it was on the back side of something kind of cool. So I cut it down, and this is not a 4x6, but this is. But it could be, I'll do a little pile of something to give away. So same thing for this. This is out of an old art journal, but it could be a starter of something. But yeah, drywall compound. Yes, it is, Arlene. So what I'll do is I'll get a couple. I don't know what we're doing there. I'll do a couple of little stacks. Now these are real postcards from these are from the Chinese. This is from the High Museum. But the first emperor, where the terracotta things. This is from my High Museum, so that's real postcards there. All right, but look, I've got some just some stuff like this. This would be a nice. Let's see if I can put like 4 things together. Hang on, we'll do something kind of cool here. These 4. See, this makes a nice little set. Now y'all have to, if I do these giveaways, y'all have to make something with them. Don't send them back to me, but you can make something with them. Look, this is just a Tim Holtz paper on a postcard. This is some tissue paper on a postcard, some music paper on a postcard, and then this is the back of one of my journals. But that would be a nice little set you could make something with. These are ATC card size that are just cut down, or not ATC cards, just art cards, 3x4. These are 3x4 size, which I still do some of those, but yeah. Here's some scribbles. All right, so there's one set there. I'll make 4 sets, 2 US, 2 international. Then, then it'll be 11 something. All right, so that kind of goes. That's some, and again, some of these may be water reactivatable. So be careful if you do that. These right here, I think are oxide sprays, so I don't think they'll reactivate. But these 4 would be a good one. There's 2. Let's see what else we got here. These are too much the same. These are all some kind of sprays. Okay, these are good here. Look, those are jelly plated. These are jelly plated papers. That, and this one is a, what do you call it? Tissue paper. And then this would be another. I don't know if I have enough of those. Let's see, oh, there's another one. Let's do those 2. Okay, there's just a little card, a couple of cards here. It's all mixed up, all kinds of stuff in here. All right, so let's see. We've got 1, 2 of those. All right, 2. Let's see what else we can. And these are jelly plated and tissue papers. Let's see. Let's do a pink with that and a yellow with that. I'm trying to mix it up. This is somebody sent me these cards. No, these, I don't know. Someone sent me these, or they're out of something, out of a book or something. Let's put those back in there. Okay. So I'll send y'all some starters here. These are backs of journal pages. See, this is the kind of stuff that I'll put a viewfinder on, right? Like this. Like that. Okay, there's 3. Okay, there's 5 in that one. 2, 3, 4. Kind of making them kind of a set, right? These are all too much the same. Oh, that one's a little different. All right, I'll try to get 5 in each one. Try to make them a little different. Let's see what else we got here. Now, and even these, like these are the backs of Tim Holtz ephemera packs. Look, that's a good base, right? Oh, thanks. Tina's given the rules. All right, let's see. This is a good one. That's a good one. That kind of matches this one. So there's 5 in that one. Let's see. There's 4. This one's almost done. My little dino there. Okay. This would be a good one to go with this one. That's 5 in that one. And what do I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it's too much the same. I'm trying to have them a little different. Oh, here we go. One of these. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I like this one better. That one. Okay. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5 in there. So yeah. So you can see I got tons of postcard starters. That's all these are, starters. Or leftover cut backs from backs of journals. But they're great starters to make postcards. And y'all know I do make me some postcards. Hi, Joanne. Happy birthday. Joanne, do you want some starters? She's got probably a ton of Joanne sends us stuff. Oh, no. Stay down there. It's Joanne's birthday. I was going to offer to send her some something, but she's probably got more than she could ever use. She's probably like me doing this. She's going, I got so much stuff. All right, so let's see. Let's put these back in here. And then I got the ones in the front here that are blank. So, all right. So let me get, all right, now Malibu's on the chair. So when I spin, she's going under the table. All right. Let me get up here. Let's see. Let me get some envelopes. Let's see. Will they fit in here? Let's see. Let's see if they'll fit in these. It's size. I think so. Yeah, they will. All right, so what I'm going to do is there's 5 in each one, 5 little starters, and I'm going to mix and match them. So I'm going to put them in here. And I like to put a little, when I send out my happy mail, I like to put a little smiley face in them, like that. That's my way of saying thank you. All right, so that one. This one. I'm just making sure there's 5 in each one. Okay. We'll do 2 US, 2 international. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bye, Carrie. Thanks for hanging out. And then I got 5 of these kind of pink ones. All right. So we'll do 2 US, 2 international. I hope y'all got some inspo, as Samantha likes to say, inspo. I hope y'all got some inspo from just going through old journals and seeing what you can cut up, repurpose, remake. I didn't do too many. But again, I did not go and use, I did not use any of my new Portos books, but we'll do that. We'll be doing that probably next. These at the beginning, so if you missed it, you can go back. The old era objects, scrapbook paper, the sardines, the graffiti, and the dungeon explorers. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do one more thing for you guys. I'm going to, let's see, I might use that one. So let me find something on the back side here. All right, like this. All right, so I'm going to cut it with the, I'm going to put a piece of graffiti paper in. I'm going to put a piece of graffiti paper in there too, in each of your envelopes, so you can play with that. So we did the graffiti paper, the sardine book, the old era object scrapbook, and the dungeon explorer. And these are all done by Poor Toast and Kate Curry. And Kat already put links to them earlier on Amazon links. All right, so let's cut these down. And I'll give everybody one of these pieces of graffiti ephemera. Cut that little edge off there. There we go. This looks like a Basquiat, sort of. Okay, not being too particular here. I'm just going to put one in each. There we go. And then we'll mix them up. All right. So, oh, I got to find my iPad. Hang on. I think it's in the other room. Excuse me, Malibu. Your head's got to go back under the table. I got to get my iPad for the random.org. Let me go find it. Hang on, guys. I think it's in the other room. Hang on. Let me go get my iPad. Let me bring up random.org. Sorry, Malibu. I know. Spin the chair and you go under. I know. All right, here we go. Okay. I don't know if it's still refreshed. I better refresh this. I don't remember the last time we were, I guess it was Monday. Let me refresh it. Okay, random. Okay. Random.org. There's our little number generator. Okay, so, and then Dee, are you in the mail art? No, I used to do mail art back in the 90s. artful, Esther. I'm not in any swaps or groups. I mean, every now and then Janet and I will do a swap, either a zine swap, an art card, ATC, some kind of swap, but I'm not in swaps anymore. I used to be in ATC swaps before I started streaming, and then back in the 90s, mail art and all that. Stamping, rubber stamping. I should get smiley faces. Tina. Yes, now it's Malibu. Come back on up here, Malibu. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll do US first and then international. All right, so when I type in go, USA only, you just have to be willing to give me your address if I don't have it. I don't share your address with anybody. I don't put you on an email list. Not that there's anything wrong with the email list. I just don't do it. 1 to 100. First two people closest without going over. First two people closest without going over. When I type in go. Okay, wait till I type in go. Let me get down here on my chat line. Okay. Come on. There it goes. Okay, USA only. We'll do 2, and then we'll do 2 internationals. Let's put some. So, and y'all make something cool with it. All right, let's see. I showed Logan's video. Let's see what I did here. Said happy birthday to Joanne. Write down everything. Got cutting up old art journals. And new collage. And I should put and new collage because I'm going to post the thumbnail will be the collage books that I showed. So, all right, everybody get your numbers in. I'm going to count down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Don't dilly-dally, dawdle, or lollygag. 1. Hit the enter if you haven't already. Okay, here we go. First two people closest to 82 without going over. 82. USA only, 82. Then we're going to do the same exact thing, but we'll do international. 82. Yeah, you can't change your number. So whatever your first number was. Oh, I think she just re-put the same number. She didn't change it. Yeah, but you only can put in one number. And what? Oh, yeah. Well, if you put in more than one number, your first number counts, not anymore. So don't put in a bunch of numbers, guys. One number only. 82 without going over. USA only. 82. Mama went over. Mama 4. She had 83. Cindy Daly had 83. Okay, let me scroll here. Let me scroll back. Somebody has something in the 60s. Missy Johnson had 65. I think Missy Johnson might be one. Christina, is that Christina 331? Because we have more than one Christina. And Missy J had one. And is it Christina 331, Janet? Let's see, scroll back. Scrolling. Yes, Christina 331. Okay, there we go. So there y'all go. So y'all get some little postcard starters. Okay. Thanks, Arlene. All right, so there we go. We got those. I'll get these in the mail to y'all tomorrow. All right, and then now we're going to do international only. Same rules apply, but we'll pick a new number. Wait till I type in go. And I do this because there's less international people. I like to give y'all a better chance. International only, same rules apply. One number only. Wait till I type in go. You're welcome, Missy. I'm glad you won. It's been a while since you won, Missy. Okay. There we go. All right. International only. We'll pick a new number. Then we'll head out. I think Hubster's got a dentist appointment before he comes home for lunch, so he won't be home until later, a little later. So just me and Malibu and Oliver. I haven't seen Oliver around this morning. Where's your brother? Where's your brother, Malibu? Because y'all know, if you have a cat in your studio and you're streaming and you're just talking like I do here for, close to 3 hours, she thinks I'm talking to her this whole time. Oh, Hubster came. Oh, there went Malibu. He must be coming home first before he goes to the dentist then. Hi, Raul. Good to see you. Did you put in a number, Raul? All right, here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, here we go. We're going to pick a new number. 93. 93. Who had a big high number of 93 without going over? 93. 2 people. 93. Scrolling back. Let's scroll back. Good to see you, Raul. It's always good. We're always keeping you in our prayers for your health. Let's see. Natalie had 68. Quiet Carol had 80. So I think Quiet Carol had 80. She's probably in there. Who else? Who's the next highest number? Scrolling. Keep those scrolling. Let's see. Scrolling. What do y'all think? Is it Natalie? Okay, now Natalia or Natalia. I think I have your address, but will you send it to me again so I make sure? She had 68. Here's my email. Send it to me again just to make sure. I'll be right there, honey. I'm just finishing up my stream. There we go. All right. So send me your address, Nathalia. And I know I'm probably not saying your name right. So that way I can get your card starters out. All right, guys. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed seeing some ideas to repurpose your old art journals and new collage ephemera books. All right. And you're welcome. So, y'all are welcome. Thank y'all so much for being here. I do appreciate y'all so much. And remember, I stream every Monday and Wednesday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. And we will see y'all next week. Good Lord willing and the creek don't rise. Bye, guys.